Hi friends, today I am playing with snowflakes. So let's get started. I'm going to use my MEEDEN 100% cotton paper. It's 140-pound cold press because I want to use a lot of water. So this handles a lot of water. I will also be using my MeiLang palette, Paul Rubens, if you like that, wonderful. And how I'm going to start, and then I'm going to use my brush set. I'm not sure there's any of these left, but there was about 10 left, so I'll put the link below. If not, you can use your wonderful Degatos, you can use your Princeton brushes, whatever brushes you enjoy. Make sure you have your clean water. And I think what I'll actually use is my big old bad boy brush. Let me find that for you. Or I could even use the cat's tongue. Let me see here. Well, we'll use this one. What I will do is spray my pad here with water so I get it pretty wet. And then I'll go ahead and grab, oh, here's my brushes, 1 second. Okay, so here's my brush. I'm gonna use this big one because it's gonna hold a lot of water and I can get into this area quicker. So the colors I'm going to use, well, I guess I will use some pink because I had pink in my water here. See how that is, because watercolors is so transparent that pink carried over, but that's fine. I don't mind that at all. Okay. So I've got my paper pretty well saturated here, shiny, not necessarily puddles. And now I'm going to use, of course, right now, I'm pretty obsessed with that turquoise blue. Love it. Kind of this cerulean. So I'm just gonna kind of use all of those, and I want it to be quite washy here. So grabbing, ooh, that's pretty. I really want those icy blues. Pretty obsessed with those right now. Maybe some of that light blue. There we go. Let's just keep going here. Here's our turkey blue. Ooh, look at that. Fun, fun, fun. And I want this to be fairly abstract. So I'm going to hold my paper up in a minute and let it kind of blend around and move around. I'm liking that greenish color I had. There we go. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of move it around, let it move on its own. Look at that. Look at those nice icy blues. I want it to be pretty dark because I'm going to be topping it with white snowflakes. So I want this to show up rather well. Now, while this is wet, I will go ahead and go in. Maybe we should even add some Prussian blue. Let's see if that's too dark. I feel like I might, ooh, yeah, that's kind of dramatic, isn't it? Kind of pretty, maybe in the corners. Ooh, nice. Because this will dry lighter, so I'm not real worried about it being too dark. There we go. And then what I'm going to do, so I'm going to do a bokeh type effect when I'm done. So don't worry, there will be some light spots in there. But what I want to do first is drop in a little salt, because salt to me is always good for kind of that snowy effect. And I'm using a very fine table salt, by the way, not rock salt. All right, I'm going to give this a quick little spritz with my dryer. not spritz, a little shot to dry it. Let's see, my handy dandy heat gun. Okay, and look at this beautiful effect. It looks like little tiny snowflakes. I'm going to take this to the side and just brush it off with an old brush and get rid of that salt. So give me just a second. There we go. Make sure we remove all that. Okay, look at that. Isn't that just pretty on its own? You could do so much already with this background, but my plan was to make these fun snowflakes. So let's go ahead and do that. I think the brush I will use will be, let's see here. We could use this one because it has that nice chisel edge. So it's an angle brush, which would be really pretty. So let me grab some white gouache we have here. And I'm using the Mission white gouache, but you can use whatever white gouache you have. You find my lid here. And I'm just going to load my brush and use the angle, that side of my brush. Not the side, the end of my brush. And I'm going to go ahead and start creating these fun little snowflakes. So a line down here, and then one going this way, this way. And it is spreading a little, which is kind of interesting because it almost looks like it's creating its own snowflake because my paper was still just a little damp. So there's one of those happy accidents. It's like, oh wow, it's already creating its own snowflake. I didn't even have to do anything. So I'm gonna let that kind of be, and let's go on to the next one. And I think I'll put it right here, and I'll make this one a little bit bigger. So this one was a little drier so that it's not moving around, but look how cool that is. That was definitely a fun accident. And let's just go across. Again here, you can measure these out if you want. I'm kind of an organic person, so that doesn't bother me. So we've got that. And then I think I'll do one more up here. Now this is probably a little damp too. But look at how nicely this brush works. You get that real fine, you could use a detail brush as well, of course. So there we go. You could even do one here. I mean, you just really, there's no end. I typically will work in odd numbers. Look how fun that is. Maybe one more here, just a little tiny one. That way we have 5. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush really good. And when I'm done filming here, I will go and I will wash out my good brush with some of that soap I've shared with you guys. You could use baby soap even. Okay, now what I want to do with this is I'm going to add in all the little fun designs using the tip of my brush. So we'll go ahead and start that. Start over here. You can really do any design you want. You could do little hearts. And this is a really fun project to do in the evening if you just want to play a little bit. Couple more. It's really relaxing, you know, there's no huge expectation, just to play and discover things like that. That was really cool. I discovered that. Oop. There we go. Oop, I did that one backwards. So there's one there, so fun. Let's do another one here. You could even do some of these in like a purpley color. We could probably use this. Let's see how this turns out. I have not used this yet. This is the MABs and it's called the Christmas series. So let's just play with that and see if we can get that to show up here. I'm gonna go into this pretty purpley color. Got a pink here too. And see what we get. I didn't pre-wet these, so they're not real soft. Now this may not show up a whole lot. Yeah, that isn't showing up a whole lot. So I would probably be more inclined to mix this with like maybe a purple color or something like that. Let's try that. We've got some purple here. And then let me add in some of this purple. So the real transparent ones, that's typically what I will do. Yeah, see, that shows up nicely. And so pretty with the blue background. So this is, you know, the kind of fun stuff to do at night, just to relax and see what you get. There we go. And then let's pick a little bit more of our white paint and go in and do some more of these. Just create some different little patterns here. This could be so relaxing just on a Saturday when you really don't want to think too much. You just want to play with your paints. I'm just kind of creating this as I go. I'd love to see what you guys create. You can always email them to me. The silver MABs would be really pretty on here too. We'll do one in that. So there's your whites. Let's use those silver MABs, the Mirror Series. I know that one shows up a lot. I'm gonna load my brush up. Ooh, look at that. That just, woo, I love it. That's what I love, is when it just sparkles, sparkles, sparkles. So I'm gonna do the rest of these with that. Just kind of making some things up here. Got a couple more here. You really need something bright and shiny to show up because that background is pretty dark. Let's see, what other kind of little design we could do. These again. That seems to be my go-to, I suppose. Kind of looks like a flower. You could even do a flower in the middle. I think that would be kind of pretty. There we go. All right. Now let's play with that bokeh effect that I love. Oh, you know what? Let's try a gold one. Why not, right? That one we'll let sit for a minute and get soft. Let's go ahead to the bokeh effect. So I'm going to use this, and I don't want to touch that, so I'm going to put that right here. And I'm using, I've showed this before, I'm using these little magic erasers, which are fantastic. And I'm just going to start removing that paint. I'm not scrubbing real hard because I don't want to completely damage the paper. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Let's do maybe a little one right here. So I'll just get that a little bit wet. So fun, you guys. Yeah, that is exactly what I wanted to do. Maybe a big one here. Be kind of careful because my painting's still a little wet. Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna brush this off when I'm done too, because what you're seeing on there is my little pieces of my sponge. But I'll brush this all off when I'm done. Look how pretty that is. Love that. That is really what I wanted to do here. Let's do this here. Get a little bit more wet. Rinse that off, wipe it off. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Again, this is really relaxing. Just at night to play with this and see what you can come up with. I'm going to do another one right here. There we go. And you could just keep going and keep going and keep going, but look at how pretty that effect is. I really like that. Let's make this one here. Use that, where's my mirror series? Here it is. I'm going to use that. And, ooh, look. Look at that sparkle. So pretty. There we go. And then we could, let's see, make some longer. That's fun. Look at how great this brush works. You really get that nice, with an angle brush, you can really get that nice fine edge. This would be really fun for like feathers. Just keep going, almost done. Look how pretty that turned out. Kind of overlapping some of those. Yeah, that is so pretty. What a pretty card this would be as well. Let's do our last one here. Definitely like using the silver more than the white. It seems to show up more. For sure. And that bokeh effect, you could just keep going with that. So we've got bokeh, we've got salt, we've got all kinds of fun options here. There we go. Love it. Sometimes I just like to put it all on here and see what I come up with. See what I like, see what I don't like. Paint those in. There we go. Okay, let's see, what else could we do? The other thing we could do is maybe paint some little white circles. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, pretty. I just, you know, for me, I never can get enough of this silver. So for you, you may want to stop right there. For me, I love it. The more sparkles during the holidays, the better. Look how beautiful this turned out. And this, I really just sat down. I didn't have exactly in mind what I wanted to do. I just did this very intuitively. The last thing I might do is maybe some splatters using this silver. What about that, you guys? So let's do that. With the metallics, you really kind of have to have them quite watered down. Ooh. Oh my goodness. So there is a lot of fun techniques going on here, but at the same time, you know, it's whites, it's blues, it's these metallics. So you have a lot of techniques, but not a ton of colors. So I think it works. So I'm going to stop right there, but look how beautiful that is. So fun, you guys. I encourage you to sit and just play with the bokeh effect, play with your metallics. Some things aren't going to come out exactly, and that's okay. We've got salt here. Just have fun. That's what it's all about. And I hope this encouraged you to also sit down and paint kind of intuitively and just have some fun, try things out. You just never know, you know, what you're going to come across that you absolutely love, that you learn. I'm going to do one more here, and I'll probably just keep going with this as I end. But I hope it encouraged you to give these things a try, because so many times that's when I learn the most, is when I just kind of sit down and play and have fun. All right, everybody, I hope that was fun for you. It was a lot of fun for me, and happy painting. Don't forget to check out my watercolors beginner class. It's a course. I think my brushes may be sold out. There may be just a handful, maybe 5 or something like that left, so you can still get those. And I will list all my supplies down below. All right, everybody, happy painting. Most of all, have fun and allow yourself to play and discover, and I'll see you soon.